All right, everybody. So for tonight, we're going to be doing something a bit different. We've been playing Tron recently, and we've been having fun playing Tron, so we're going to continue to play Tron and continue to have fun. What we're doing this time around is revisiting the chromatic orrery stuff that we were trying a while back with trying to use door to nothingness as a win condition. Instead, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the card of the Prismatic Bridge. Why the Prismatic Bridge? Seems like fun. We can cast this off of either getting Cascading Cataracts or having Chromatic Orrery out, which is why we have another Orrery in the sideboard. So we can grab it with Karn the Great Creator. Hey, thank you very much for the sub, Wheels. But the idea behind the Prismatic Bridge is its effect is very good for what Tron's trying to do. At the beginning of our upkeep, we get to reveal cards on the top of our library until we reveal either a creature or a planeswalker and put that card onto the battlefield. So in this list, that means we get to skip over all of our stirrings, our spheres, our stars, our maps, our scryings. The things that once we have Tron online are kind of dead anyway. We get to skip over that and then hit something. Our worst hit's going to be an Asika, God of the Tree, off of a Prismatic Bridge. But that's what we're going to have to risk because we want to run two of them. Other than that, we either hit Karn, the Great Creator, Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, Worm Coil Engine, Karn Liberated, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, or one of the three Eldrazi Titans. The ones that we're packing are Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, Kozilek Butcher of Truth, and of course Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. They're running this Ulamog because it's the better of the two Ulamogs. We're running this Kozilek because it has the shuffle effect, and being able to cast it, drawing us 4 cards, isn't bad. And then we're also running an Emrakul because who doesn't love Spaghetti Monster? Yeah, we miss out on the cast triggers off of the Prismatic Bridge, but we can hit the cast triggers off of Golos Tireless Pilgrim. So we don't have to worry too much about that. As far as what our sideboard's doing here, it's the standard Tron sideboard. We've got the Veil of Summer and Wilts because we're in green. That way we can deal with, say, a Blood Moon or Counter Magic. Then we've got the Spatial Contortion and the Dismember to deal with creatures. And other than that, we've got our threats of the Pithing Needle, Liquid Metal Coating, Grafdigger's Cage, and Staring Bridge, Trinisphere, and Oblivion Stone. All of those are good because they're pretty great hits to grab off of Karn. They're good toolbox cards. Another Chromatic Orrery in case we have the Prismatic Bridge in hand and we don't have a way to get the color. And then a Golos and a Worm Coil just so that we have more threats. And that's the sideboard briefly explained. And now we're going to hop into some leagues without doing any testing with this deck and see how it does. Let's have some fun. Hey, we won the die roll. I see one Tron land, star. Hand's close. We're not gonna keep though. We'll go down to 5. Wow. Tron does not like us. We should have kept that 6. Okay, well, we'll keep 5. Bottom World Tree Emrakul. And hope we can get there. That'll be our goal here. Poor Tron. Nobody should ever say those words. It's Tron. It deserves it. But that too. Go. All right, let's go ahead and take this redraw, trying to find things. We don't find things. This is fine. We're fine. We're going to be totally okay. Yeah, they fetch. Us not hitting a land drop here is terrible for us. Oh, do they have a spell pierce? Okay, they have an opt. You got new emotes? I can see that. Or do you mean new emotes for you? You just mean you got new emotes in general. Someone gifted you a sub pizza? Fun. What is this called? Foxy pizza. Okay. Just pizza. Nice. All right. So facing probably blue-white control, missing our land drop against them. This is not gonna be good. So statistically speaking, we've had what? 3 draws at it. And so I can see us not have hitting a land in 3 draws. But man, that's a lot of emotes. So opponent's debating about doing something here. My guess is they probably have Teferi and they're debating about Teferi bouncing our expedition map. Or holding here. Blah. I assume they hold for counter magic. Yes, Tron is a 19 land deck. So we can either scrying here or map. We'll just map on their instep. Vendilion click us. Okay. Well, I'm assuming us. V clicks themselves. Okay. Puts a verdict away. Makes sense. Card's not that good against us. And now they have Cryptic Mana online. Great. This is fine. We're fine. No worries. All right. We will crack this. Get Tower. And then we draw Sanctum. Go ahead and scrying so that way they are using their counter magic on a meh card. A logic not for 2. Fun. All right. So there goes first counter magic. Now we'll have Great Creator into, what do we want in this sideboard? Maybe an O-Stone? I'm assuming we're getting to resolve the spell. I know we're not actually getting to resolve the spell. They just flash in the Snapcaster here. So definitely O-Stone. If Karn's resolving. If not, we're probably losing. Guessing they've got 5 a turn, and that Colonnade's not helping us. They get in for 5, we go down to 12. And they have up Cryptic Mana. Well, they debated about casting something there. Karn the Great Creator, get a counterspell out of the way. They go for the opt. Interesting choice by opponent. And they put the card on top, and then they let Karn resolve. Go down with Karn, get Oblivion Stone, pass the turn. We're going down to 7. We have to basically play O-Stone and Star. Animate the Star to block the Snapcaster, and then we're dead in the air to Colonnade and V-Click. Yep. Opponent does not have to play anything else. Yep, they just go with the animate and swing for a good chunk. Probably hits us for 9 here, taking us down to 3, at which point we can't do anything. Blue-white tempo taking game 1 here. Calling it tempo more than control, but it's probably control. Yep, we go down to 3. We need not that Tron land off the top. Anything else? And we would have been... No, because this is non-land. Yeah, so they still would have killed us with Colonnade there. So we can play Star, crack Star, try to find the other Tron piece. That's our out. Well, we found it. Problem is we're still just dead in the air. All right. Go ahead and concede there. Because even though we have 8 mana, Colonnade still kills us. We need a way to gain life. If we play out the Worm Coil, they don't swing with the Snapcaster, so we don't gain life. If we had gotten Bridge, everything still would have been able to attack. We want the Veils in here. Spatial and Dismember are tempting because we know that they run Snap and V-Click. Yeah, Pithing and Worm Coil doesn't work either because they have the V-Click out. They just had too many 3-hits. We needed to not whiff on land the first 2 turns of the game. Or the first turn 2 and turn 3, not the first 2. If we had hit a land on either of those turns, we probably would have been fine. What do we not want against them? Aeon's Torn is a bit too big. Ugin. They've got enough permanent pressure that Ugin seems all right. I think it's actually might be cutting. The correct line is to cut the Prismatic Bridge and the Orrery, but I want to keep those cards in to see how they do. So we'll cut Shave on a Worm Coil. Kozilek's a nice cast of drawing 4 cards. I'll cut a Ugin and a Karn Liberated because we're being stubborn and keeping cards in that we probably shouldn't. Would love to play first. Yeah, we can keep this hand. It's our map. So they begin with 7 in hand as well. They go Colonnade Pass. Play out the power plant, pass the turn. We'll have mine, and then... It's an understandable reaction. Go ahead and do this. Get ourselves mine. Hey, there's a Kozilek. Pretty decent card. Blah. We'll go map pass turn. Just because we can't do anything here. They go ahead and fetch. So they'll be able to counter whatever we do. But countering doesn't matter with this Kozilek. It's for the cast trigger. Opponent's opting here. They scried to the bottom off of the opt. And let's see what they can do here. That's why we run this card. We don't run... Okay, sure. You have a Field of Ruin. Neat. So they field us here to try to make us crack the map. It doesn't work. Yeah, it's Stream Beats. It's the lo-fi playlist. All right. Which one you hitting, opponent? Opponent's got a pick. Opponent stopped halfway through. Our Magic Online didn't crash because they're still counting down. And then we get to go to main. Opponent, no. 10 mana Kozilek cast trigger, draw 4. All right. And it resolved. They have to have Path. That is the only explanation for this card getting to resolve. V-click? Sure. V-clicks us. Okay. And then see that we have Flooded Hard. Doesn't take anything. Smart move. And force negate style stuff. That's possible. So we have to discard here. We go ahead and discard the scrying. We really don't need to find another land here. So they can field us to try to cut us off of Tron, and then that really just ramps us one card. Yep, there's the path. So late, but you gotta watch. I'm sorry that I stream late. I can't really start until late. But how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we hit the Prismatic... even if we hit Prismatic Bridge here, we can't do anything. Well, we can. We just have to hope opponent doesn't do shenanigans stuff. Hey, there's a Golos. That's a pretty good one. We'll go ahead and do Power Plant. And we'll do mine. Five mana. What do I 3D print? What do you mean? Lots of random things. Thank you very much for the lurk and staying awake. We would love to. We'll get Cascading Cataracts here. An indestructible land. So if they ever animate this colonnade, we'll have the Dismember. They have Snap. They're going to try to snap Path here. A bit unfortunate. Not unexpected, though. Sadly, we don't have a forest, so we will say no. Doing Tron things feels mean. I mean, I'm facing blue-white. I can, yeah, if you make a 3D model and it's something that I can print, I will try and print it and get it to you, Fluffy, if you want me to. But yeah, it'd be plastics, PLA, PETG, that kind of stuff. But like right now, I believe this is working. No, it is not, because the IP address changed, of course. But my printer is currently just sitting idle over there in the corner that you can't see. Jace the Mind Sculptor. All right. Are they brainstorming with the Mind Sculptor, or are they fate sealing? They are brainstorming. We will go ahead and dismember this Vendilion click. We may have to try sometime. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I don't like that card. Yes, we lose mana. I know, I'm being mana inefficient. You don't have to tell me, game. Okay. And go ahead and do Sphere. Crack for green. There's a decent card. Big Daddy. Get that Fate Sealer out of here. Don't like them drawing 3. I'd rather lose Karn to a possible Colonnade here. Tron is allowed to be mana inefficient. True. Yeah, I mean, they tapped out, so I'm not surprised it instant resolved. But it tells me that they don't have force in hand. I'm assuming this is at our... Oh, that's at Karn? Why are we taking Karn down to 1? I guess so that way I can't exile another permanent? So obviously this Karn's just going to start going up. I just wanted to get rid of that Jace. Go ahead and just make them get rid of a card. We're at this point, since we have double Tron online, we're I want to hold the map because we don't have third mine. So I guess we'll just play out a forest here and pass the turn. Because our worst case scenario here is they go field on our end steps, or they have triple blue up. They're going with Snap Opt as their game plan. Yeah. Snap Opt. And then they can hit Karn for 4. They put the card on bottom off the Opt. In theory, this should be smack us for 4 and force us to start to have a clock. Well, except could we? It's 14, so we're 3 turns away. Yeah, so we have to go down. Starrings is a card. I mean, I wouldn't mismatch card art if I could. I rent cards off of mana traders. So when they hand me cards, I just kind of have to accept what they give me, you know? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Go ahead and get rid of that. Play a Stirrings. See if this gets countered. It does not. I mean, I guess at this point it's Great Creator, right? Just because that allows us to go into sideboard. And go ahead and see if this resolves. It probably isn't going to. What did opponent keep? Down tick, say yes. I could go get the Golos here from exile. That's tempting. They're 2 turns from being able to do anything with the Colonnade. I like Worm Coil because they have to have Pav. I know I want to Golos. Screw it. We'll Golos and then try to... Wait, do we have the mana to free roll? We do, because we haven't played a land for the turn. So we do this, we play Golos, we get a land into play tapped, we play our power plant out, we freewheel with Golos and see what we hit. All right, so blue-white tempo shenanigans. I mean, I agree with how we sideboarded, other than the fact that we still have yet to see these. It was scoop mode because they didn't have a counter for it. The fact that they only had 2 blue sources was probably saving our butt. It's a 1 land. Nice. Do we keep the 1 lander? Yes or no? With this many redraw effects and search effects, do we keep a 1 land? We don't. Well, we can't keep this. Hamsters are neat until they eat through all of your shit. All right, we'll keep 5. We have to put back 2. So I want to keep the Great Creator because it's just a good... It's one of our win cons. I guess this feels so wrong to bottom a Veil. But that's what we kind of have to do here. Because now we can go turn 1 Stirrings, hope to see not Power Plant, and then we'll have turn 4 Tron. Unless they have a counter magic. I mean, the only reason I have that opinion is because the hamster chewed through probably $400 worth of electronic stuff when it got out of its cage and we couldn't find it for 2 days. So that was fun. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it got out. I was too young. I'm taking a guess. I just forgot to close the cage. Tower Stirrings a second time. Try to find exactly mine. So that way we just have Tron. We don't. So we'll go map here. Any order, play map. Opponent probably has counter magic is my guess. But that's fine because we have second map. That's a mana leak. That card seems real bad against Tron late game. Castle, Ardenvale, and now they have 3 for Teferi. Instead, they're holding up for probably what? V-Click? Because we've yet to see a Teferi from them this game. Map. The reason we play the map before playing a land here is because Mana Leak we still lose to. Force of Negation is fine. And now we might be able to pull off Tron next turn if we get lucky. I don't expect to get lucky, but we'll go ahead and play out the plant. Exposes us to a Field of Ruin here, but we'll still have Blast Zone and Karn the Great Creator. There's a Teferi, so they do run the Time Raveler. Good to note. And they downtick. That's a pretty safe downtick at this point. Okay. So we might get to see how this card performs. Go ahead and try to resolve a Great Creator. What is in our sideboard for us to grab here? We could grab Coding, doesn't buy us a lot. Orrery's not bad. I'm pretty sure it's Golos. We just grab... that's right. We could grab the map that's an exile. And get Tron online. And then we have Liberated. Huh. So Golos gets us Cataracts if we hit a land drop. Getting map here allows us to do Golos next turn anyway. Because we get to go play map, crack map, turn on Tron, downtick, get Golos, and then have the 7 mana and play Golos out. Assuming our spell resolves. That's a big if. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. Opponent concedes. But I want to resolve this card. I want to see if it's even worth bothering to run. I don't want to just win because we're Tron. Stronghold bridges aren't terribly expensive though. Yeah, we'll keep. Tower Star. Here we go, opponent. Blackcleave Cliffs. Interesting. Yes, I am. Have you not seen me talking about that in your chat for forever? Awkward. Did we grab the orrery? This map, pass turn. All right. Ooh, Mardu. Mardu Stoneforge. Okay. And Feast and Famine has been found. A bit concerning. This we will scrying, go find ourselves mine. Then do this, play out the sphere, pass the turn. This way we have stirrings, try to find the last piece, or we could, you know, because they tapped out and played sword and are hitting us for 1. Instead, we now use map. Go turn on Tron. That changes things. What do we have in our sideboard? I mean, it doesn't change the line of play. It's this. We go get the power plant, the 1 black bordered power plant. And now we have 5. If we play Golos, we have out Golos and can well, we'll be doing Orrery next turn anyway. If we go Karn on 1, we have Needle. We could name Stoneforge. I don't. Bleh. So it becomes a 3/4. What's the worst that happens if we go Los? Go Los, say yes, get Cascading Cataracts, pass the turn. So they have basic swamp. I guess they could Blood Moon here. I don't think that's what they're going to do. Okay, yeah. Lily's fine. And that tells me that I can now safely... Ah, you're going to make me sack my Golos. Okay, opponent. I see you. I mean, it got us our Cascading Cataracts, right? That's not terrible. Ugin -3 here? So 5, 7, Worry, 5, 7, 8, Ugin. Right, I'm member 2. Opponent does not like Ugin resolving. Understandable. It's almost like Tron doing Tron things gets you there. And playing bad cards in a Tron deck doesn't really matter as long as they don't make up a majority of bad cards. All right. So facing Mardu, huh? A Mardu Stoneblade-esque thing. I mean, maybe Spatial Contortion? Do we think that the Mardu people would be running Blood Moon? It's a question of, can they board out of white efficiently enough? I think this is just to run it back. Like, in all honesty, there's nothing that we really want out of our sideboard here. O-Stone's tempting, but I'd rather leave it in the sideboard to grab off of Karn since we don't have any main deck. Yeah. We'll just try. Well, that's an easy mulligan. And that's an easy keep. As far as what we're getting rid of, Blast Zone. Black Cleaves Cliffs, Inquisition, Duress. Non-creature, non-land. Well, that's either the map or the Karn Liberated. Probably the map. Yeah. Just Tron things. I need to get that as emotes, man. What, Kroxa? Do it. Cool. Yeah, I'll pitch a Kozilek here. Whoops. Mine pass. Show me the blood moon. Godless Shrine. Shocked in. Duress. Okay, so they take Karn Liberated here, and we have to try to spin with Chromatic Star. A Stoneforge Mystic. This is fine. Sort of Feast and Famine. That'll happen. We'll go ahead and get Tron online here. Yeah, they could play Cleansing Wildfire. But I mean, we still get Tron online in case we rip something great off the top here, right? This Chromatic Star, green, draw a card, Chromatic Star, green, draw a card. I really want to stop hitting these cards, but like, there we go. This is awkward as all heck, though. Because we don't have the mana to do it this turn. We have to hold the sphere in case their only discard is Liliana. So there's a basic mountain. Blood Moon. Okay. Good to know. So they're not too hard on their Mardu plan for the Stoneforge stuff. There's a Cataracts. That's pretty good. Go ahead and do this and draw. Sure, draw. Okay. There's land number 5. I mean, they may play Blood Moon. They don't have us on a vast clock here because they go Sword of Feast and Famine. They can't play it until next turn. And then we have 2 turns to deal with it. Problem is that's discarding a card. So we'll never be able to play our things. Right? This is... yeah, that player discards a card, then they untap all lands. So I guess we're not resolving this Asika. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they smack us for a bit here. Hope that they don't have Lily to make us discard our hand. Discard that card. I mean, it doesn't, like, they can't have Lily. They have 1 black. Pay no attention to me. I'm stupid. They pitch Batterskull and Liliana. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a forest here. Well, there's a card once we hit 7 mana. Problem is we're not hitting 7 mana. Inquisition? Sure. That card whiffs. Second Blood Moon resolves. Sure. They smack us for a good chunk here. And we are dead on board. We need Karn off of the top. Karn the Great Creator, where are you? Even that is not enough mana. Ancient Stirrings. Can't find us anything, but... Oh. So, let's see. Karn, we have 1 mana. We get hit for 3, 5, 6, 7. If we play Golos, we can block. And they're empty-handed. Golos gets us to 7 mana, and we can hard cast things at that point. We take 5. So we can go 1 live on the edge of if they have a way to get rid of an ensnaring bridge, we lose. I guess we could, if we Karn. It's Karn Bridge. Well, do we have enough? We don't have enough to O-Stone, so this has to be Karn Bridge. And to pray that they don't hit a discard spell. Well, they hit a discard spell. Maybe they don't swing the Stoneforge at us? Aha, good joke. Yeah. Yep. So we go down to 4. We lose our bridge because they happen to hit Kroxa. And same boat we were in, except 3 more life this way. Yes. Mine, why not? And then we take Xaxes because we can block the Stoneforge. Assuming they swing with everything here, which they do. We go ahead and block, and then we take 4, go to 0. Let's see, how close were we? Scrying. Okay. Well, weren't getting there. We now know that they have Blood Moon. So wilts come in. These can come out against the Blood Moon strategy. We're never going to get to be able to cast those cards. I kind of like O-Stone main boarded. But we'll leave it in the sideboard so we have a greater chance to hit it with Tron. We can bring in the Dismember as well to deal with their Stoneforge. And Shave, I guess. Worry. We don't need it since we're boarding out the Sika package. And we'll run like so. All right, we will gladly take the play here. Nope. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. It's tempting. It's a bit awkward because it's double tower. But we'll keep board. Yeah, of course. I mean, well, bottom a star. Go tower star past turn. There you go. Blackcleave Cliffs into duress. Okay, they can take either the wilt or the stirrings. probably take Stirrings here. And we're left with a Wilt being a somewhat dead card. Play map, play tower, pass turn. And let me guess, Groxa. Oh, Channeler. Okay. That'll happen. Go ahead and crack this. Get ourselves a power plant. Play the power plant. And no point in waiting. This way, even if they have the Blood Moon, we have the Wilt. Just waiting to see if they go for the Blood Moon. Instead, they pitch a Channeler, exile 2. Fun. They pick their swamp, they play their swamp. And a Lily uptick. Yep. So I guess we discard Wilt. Try to find mine off of these 3 draws that we've got next turn. And then we'll have Golos, which doesn't buy us anything because of the Lily downtick. We'll get rid of the Wilt. Okay. Crack for a green. And draw ourselves a card. Use that green to crack for a green. Play this. Crack for a green. Map. Land. Pass. This way, if they don't have Blood Moon, we have Karn Liberated deal with their Liliana. If they do have Blood Moon, we have get a second forest and try to get there. They pitched a Pyromancer. Interesting choice from them. Channeler pitches Rampage. It's Blood Moon, plays Blood Moon. Yeah, baby. So we don't need the double green. Two turns from Liberated. The problem is they're going to have Lily ult by the time that we can play Liberated. Not to mention that we're just going to be discarding. They've hit a good chunk of cards. Bob. Okay. And Thoughtseize. Fun. So they take a Liberated and then they play Bob, and then they uptick Lily, ditching whatever card they have to get rid of our Liberated. Yep. Stirrings, sure. Well, that was a whiff of a Stirrings. We could have taken a redraw, but land... I mean, it's just that the Blood Moon came down at the perfect moment for them because they happened to hit it off of their Channeler, which is a risk we had to take. And I'm assuming... Oh. Throws a channeler away. Exiles. Alpine. Really? Alpine Moon and Blood Moon? Opponents got something out for us. They named Power Plant, so we can now tap for any color. And then they're gonna throw our permanents into a pile. Go like that. I mean, if you go like that, 3 and 3. You're asking me, do I like double green and 1 or green and 2 red? Choose a pile to sacrifice. I'll get rid of the Tron pieces. Because I'm not getting out of a Blood Moon without green. Well, opponent might eventually get there. But who knows? Maybe they'll just hit cards like Batterskull. K command. 2 and discard. Or do they return? Nah, they could return Pyromancer. Yeah, 2 and return, or discard and return Pyromancer. Okay. Hits us for 2. We go down to 16. There's our land. So now we could play that Karn that we had last turn. And be in a relatively okay state. Take 3 from Blood Moon. They might die to Bob. Well, there's their lands. They can play out this Batterskull. And now they smack us for 6 and have lethal on board. We need Karn off the top to then uptick the Batterskull. So that way they lose 4 damage. That is not it. We will Stirrings. Hey, would you look at that? Cards that we can't cast. Do that. Any order. Do this. And concede. That's 10. I doubt that they have a 9+ CMC for Bob to kill them. So losing to basically what was red-black. That splashed white for Stoneforge package. Interesting choice. But I can't say that I'm shocked. I mean, this is modern. You can do lots of fun things. For example, we're playing Tron with bad cards in it. Okay, this is a simple mulligan, no lands. 1 land. But we've got a way to redraw, a way to scry for a second land. Yeah, we keep and bottom the Kozilek and try to top deck like a god. Okay. Well, they might have the better start of Tron hand here. Mind Sphere. Do they have Tron on turn 3? Okay, they're blue Tron. So they are strictly worse Tron. I really want to see land. Condescend for 1. Remand. Even worse. Alright, so they'll have Tron on turn 4. And they shut us off of land so hard that we can't do anything. Unfortunate that our draws have been less than stellar. I'm assuming this goes and gets their mine. Yep. So they'll have Tron. We'll be at 1 land. Yes, where's Tron, but they actually have land drops. 8 mana, what? Repeal. Okay. And a Worm Coil. Okay, opponent. Hey, we finally hit a land drop. Map. Arguably, that should be map sphere. So we're staring down a 3-turn clock. We don't have a way to get rid of a Worm Coil other than hitting Tron and playing out Karn Liberated. This is a second Worm Coil. That's a hard cast Shark Typhoon. Okay. Then they have 5 mana. Maze Mind Tome, make a 2/2. And then they have an additional draw here. Relic, make a 1/1. Yeah. So they had the much better start. Okay. At sphere. Last turn, we can then get Tron online. Because they're going to draw a card. We'll have our Tron online. We can get rid of their Worm Coil and we're not staring down as much of a threat. They go ahead and draw an additional card. Thirst for Knowledge, draw 3, discard an artifact, make a 3/3. So even if we have Tron, Great Creator, Bridge. And then I guess we have to Stirrings, Fail to Find, and we have to take 6. Problem is we're taking 9 this turn. So we're dead. Yep, we did. Down to 5 we go. Let's go ahead and crack for a tower. Okay, and double checking. Nothing in our sideboard. O-Stone costs 3 plus 5 to activate. Can't do that. We have 4 mana to our name, so best we can do is Bridge. Bridge does not get past what they've got going on. Thank you very much for the follow, Sluddig. And so we can do Bridge. Problem is our hand's going to be 3, so all their sharks get to attack, and we're at 5. Yeah. Us not hitting lands there early on is going to do us in, especially against Blue Tron. But it's Blue Tron, so we know we can bring in these Veil of Summers pretty easily. The Wilts are fine. Contortion and Dismembers stay out. All of those can stay out. We can shave on a Worm Coil and shave on Aeon's Torn. And run like so. Let's see what we can do. All right. We won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. So, hand has 0 Tron pieces. But we've got lots of ways to find Tron. I mean, if the Stirring finds a Tron piece, we have Tron on turn 4. That seems good enough. against a blue Tron. Assuming, you know, none of our spells get oh, wait. They're blue. From forest stirrings, we find ourselves a Tron piece. In the order. Pass turn. Tower. Tower pass, huh? Scrying, get mine. There we go. Tron has been assembled. Opponent does not know that Tron's been assembled, but Tron's been assembled. Mine. Scrying, try to bait out this remand or condescend. They let it resolve. Okay. Guess we get power plant. So they could have worst is a condescend for 2. Yeah. Or remand. Tail's End. Counter a legendary spell. Yeah. Huh. I'll admit, did not see that one coming. And let's see the power plant from you, opponent. Show me that you just had natural Tron with 0 search. Sweet. They did not have it. Okay, well. Guess we'll play out Sanctum and go 6 mana Worm Coil. They can condescend for 3. We have 3. We resolved the Worm Coil. They thirst here. Draw 3, discard 2, or an artifact. They discarded a Walking Ballista. Okay. They found a mine. We draw a Blast Zone? Blast Zone's interesting. Let's go to combat. Swing for 6. See what opponent's got. Opponent takes the damage. And we'll play out the power plant and pass the turn. Okay, go ahead and thirst for knowledge again. They digging hard for a Tron piece. We need Sylvan Scrying gets us our Cascading Cataract. Map gets us the Cataract. Golos gets us the Cataract. Ori turns us everything online. But I believe did we board out the other Ori? No. Okay. So they pitched a Thirst and a Condescend. Makes sense. Condescend's kind of bad against Tron. They finally assembled Tron. So 6, 9. Okay. Thought Not Seer. They get to take one of our Asikas? Sure. They're having to read what this card does. They take one of them. Karn the Great Creator is a pretty great draw there for us. Well, let's see if they want to lose their Thought Knot. I'll offer up this trade. They don't want to lose their Thought Knot, so we go to 32. They go down to 8. Land for turn. And Karn the Great Creator. No Force of Negation? Paying costs. Surgical Extraction. That does nothing when my card's on the stack. And they're holding priority. Maybe they have the Remand to throw. Remand, counter the spell, and then they get to surgical it away. I like their line. Interesting line to hard counter. And they exile all our great creators. Yep. All right. They've got 4 cards in hand. We've played our land for the turn, so we can't do anything. We pass. They have to play out a blocker or keep their Thought Knot back, however. Thirst for Knowledge. Commit. Okay. Buy some Salva turn there. Don't know why you wouldn't commit before the surgical to shuffle. So 7, 9, 10. Ulamog hit those 2. Kozilek. Yeah. Please let us hit our Kozilek. Well, no, we need our Ulamog. Ulamog hit him off of a tower. That's a map. Can no longer hit them off of anything. Ulamog on top here allows us to just get rid of their creatures, draw ourselves our other card, and play the other card. Is that enough? And so they've got 16, but they don't have any blue. So 7. Just a matter what we play this out. This 6. Ori. Sanctum gets us Ulamog. And then we have 10 plus 2. That'll work. Mm. Come on, opponent. Do you have the Force of Negation? This Ulamog card resolve. Ulamog cast trigger. Bop, bop. Popio creatures out the way. And then we draw a card. Nice top deck luck before you die. Opponent is Salt. Only with random luck does Green Tron win. Uh-huh. Tell me about it, opponent. Tell me more. Let me hear all of your problems. Hmm. So they'll get a card here. Doesn't really matter what they get, because they need to deal with an Ulamog here. They get Academy Ruin, so they can infinitely bring back Walking Ballista as a blocker, so they don't die to the Ulamog. All right. Opponent's at 6. They've got 7 cards in hand. Can they deal with an Ulamog? I mean, if they have a repeal, they could repeal it. That sounds like a great idea. Do it. Hmm. So, I mean, we're dropping the Prismatic Bridge next turn. And then, well, we're swinging for 10 first. Because they need an out. Okay, 2, 4, 6. Worm Coil, sure. Worm Coil, Academy Ruins, be able to keep Worm Coil around and constantly just make a bigger board state. Problem is 2 attacks with Ulamog kills them. They play out a map, sure. Academy Runes. And they've got 1 blue plus 4 up. This is a fine top deck. Attack. Attack trigger. They exile 20. Assuming they block. Sounds good to me. Damage. They make some tokens. They go up to 12. They have 14 cards left in library. This Spirit Dragon. Uptick. Get rid of their Death Touch. Tap for 5. Cast a Prismatic Bridge. No. That, black, this. Prismatic Bridge. And there we go. We got to cast the card. We got to do our thing. Do your worst. What? I'm gonna say, what's your worst here, opponent? You need a way to deal with an Ulamog. They played out the mine. In memory, each player shovels their hand engraver into their library and draws 7. Sure. I'll gladly draw 7. I mean, we got rid of their Kozilek and their Thought-Knot. And we hit a good amount of things there. Bunch of 20 cards left in their library. They don't attack because they need a blocker. Prismatic Bridge. Neat. Exile your worm. Random luck is the name of the game, opponent. Draws their next card, draws an... It doesn't matter what you were drawing. I had an Ulamog, I was swinging. Okay, Blue Tron. We still like what we did. Run it back. See if we can, quote unquote, get lucky again. Nope. We ship this hand away. Too many forests. We will keep this bottom one of our Seekas. Never a fan of one-landers, but it's gotten enough redraw. And we're just going to do Tron things anyway. Okay. 2-mana Maze Mine Tome. That's a pretty good draw for us. This, draw ourselves a card. What do we draw? We draw a Scrying. Fun. They go ahead and scry one. Understandable. I'm tempted to wait a turn on this Karn. Okay, we're missing Power Plant. So we'll get Power Plant and pass. I guess it depends on what we draw, right? Or if they have Tron. They have Tron. So what? Worm Coil? I'm taking a guess. Worm Coil. Cool. You're asking Tron to play the Tron game. The problem is my resolved threats are a lot worse. Have the Force of Negation, opponent. They scry. We got rid of their big threat. Let's see what their follow-up is. That's what this comes down to. It's who has more bombs. It's got 5 in hand. We've got 5 as well. Depending on what we draw. I mean, I guess no matter what, this Karn Liberated is probably just going up. It's not going to hit anything useful from them. But I mean, depending on what they do here, we could just knock them off of Tron. I'd like to keep the Karn Liberated around, though. If they don't have anything and they don't have blue sources. Okay, there's a blue source. So we could knock them off. Let's go ahead and just make them exile. Okay, they exiled what? Remand? Fun. See if this is resolving. It do. Sack and search. Get ourselves tower. Right? Yeah. And tower. And play tower. And this is 7. Sphere here. Crack to draw 4. Golos 5 floating green. In case they have counterspell. We'll have Veil. Neat. Would love to use Golos' ability, and we'll get a Cascading Cataracts. We'll lose our mana. And then its opponents go. They've got 3 cards, we've got 4. What are we doing on 8? Commit. Cycles a Shark Typhoon for 6. Okay, make a big shark. And they scry 1. Let's see, where does this scry go? They like the card. It's on top, and that's not great for us. But we're about to start spinning with Golos here. I guess if they tap out of blue, we try for the Asika. With 4 mana Thought Knot? Sure. Take your pick out of my hand. Not casting from it anyway. They took away the Sylvan Scrying. Interesting choice. And then they Spreading Seas our power plant. Okay. But they're gonna swing their shark at our Karn Liberated and kill off our Karn Liberated. Yep, they ping for 1 and swing for 6. I'm assuming this is swing for 6 at Karn. Yep, okay. So they take out our Karn Liberated. That's fine. We draw a Forest. This is only 1. Well, damn. Wait. Undo this. I can use Cascading Cataracts. We've got enough mana. White, blue, black, red, green. Prismatic Bridge. All right, you got an way to deal with an enchantment. They draw with Maze Mind. Maze Mind goes away. They gain 4. Now they have 5 mana to their name. Spreading seas of mine? Sure. So, Ugin -2 is our best hit off of Prismatic Bridge. Field of Ruin, they can field our tower, giving us another green source. Swings for 6 into air. Yep. We have to take it. In step, Prismatic Bridge. What about Karn the Great Creator? Sure. Go down, say yes. Get Bridge. Fast turn. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand. Let's see what they can do here. Looks like this Prismatic Bridge is doing exactly what we want to against these control matchups of just random hitting whatever. Nothing it hits is bad in this deck. So So 6 mana, Shark Typhoon. Yeah, you have a Typhoon. Now they have 5 mana. Surgical Extractions, Karn Liberated. Ah, darn. Because we can't stop Surgical Extraction, right? It search its owner's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of those cards. So it'll still happen. We'll take the additional draw. We lose out on 4 threats. But that's fine. Pre-combat main phase, that happens. This happens in step. Veil of Summer. And draw a card. Neat. This Prismatic Bridge. Bleh. Hey, Anugan. Six. Sure. You destroyed my indestructible land. Tail's End. Sounds pretty good. I mean, guess we'll just go power plant here. We have 1. Dun, da, 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 da. 6/2. What can we grab on to? Guess Liquid Metal. Metal seems fine. Or, better yet, we just go down, get Liquid Metal here, now that they tails ended. Let's go ahead and move on into the second main here. That's fine. Karn the Great Creator. Keep this one. Liquid Metal. Shut you off a Tron. Yeah, your sharks can come in, but you can't kill... You can only kill the Ugin. Thirst for Knowledge, make a 3/3 shark. One's got one card in hand. They can kill Ugin. Is there one response? You can kill Ugin and hit Karn for 2? Cool. That'll happen. Prismatic Bridge flips over into a Karn. We'll keep the higher Karn. We draw a tower. Do this. Liquid Metal. Sure. Float your mana. Uptick. We have enough to free roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd only get rid of one worm coil, which would be enough. Worm coil. Now you can hit with your 1/1. Nice tower. Karn goes down to 5. Prismatic Bridge rolls into Kozilek. That's a fun one. Do that. Uptick. Blah, 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 blah. Bada, ba. Reroll. Okay, we hit Golos map. We'll leave that in exile because we can always grab it off of Karn. Play out Star. Negate. Cool. Make a 2/2. Negate my Chromatic Star. I want to know how the Bluetron players are winning this. Like, they're keeping our Karn in check. That's all that they get to do. A Thought Knot? Sure, Thought Knot, take my Worm Coil. Bridge rolls. Ah, we got the worst hit off of Bridge. There we go. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Spreading Seas that's on our mine. Oh, that doesn't get rid of it. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. It's a nice creature you got. Go ahead and play this out and pass the turn. No, we free roll with Golos. Because we can do this, go get power plant. Play power plant. One, two, three, four, five. Spin the wheel. Well, darn. Guess we'll cast. And we'll cast. Do this, get blast zone. No, we're done. I don't want his 1/1 shark to be able to attack. All right. They play out a map and they make a shark. Prismatic Bridge rolls into Karn. We'll keep Karn. We draw ourselves another power plant. Go ahead and do this. Go down. Say yes. Get ourselves Oblivion Stone. O Stone. And then set a stop on their upkeep. Upkeep stop. Go ahead and shut them off of an island. Because at this point, it's just going to be Kozilek. Gets hit with a fate counter. Fate counter. Wait, this is destroy, right? Destroy each non-land permanent without a fate counter. This does not have indestructible. So yes, we give it a fate counter. Can do that. It's got a fate counter on it now. Upkeep. With that trigger on the stack, we'll go ahead and sack Oblivion Stone. Blah. Pop Oblivion Stone. There goes everyone's board. Set my fate counter. Bah. We draw. That happens. Prismatic Bridge. Rolls into Ugin. Opponent concedes. We play Ulamog. Opponent sent me a message. I don't like having Emrakul in hand. And it's a one-lander. But it's got a sphere and 2 cycle. We're on the draw. We'll try it. We'll make mistakes. That's what we're about here. Go ahead and remove that stop. And Tower Sphere. Pass the turn. Spire Bluff Canal. So Storm? Possibly Storm here. Soulscar. Blue-red prowess. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Not necessarily, as long as we can resolve one of these on turn 4. We're in trouble. Okay. Land scrying, go get my... no. Blast zone? Blast zone. I need to be able to live. And blast zone plus 1 more land means I get to take out a Soulscar Mage and probably another 1-drop. The reason we go for blast on there is because we don't have a way to get the second green for stirrings. So it looks like a Manamorphose into the bird. That's my guess. Blue, red, and bird. Yep. We are in deep trouble. Taking 2 this turn. Probably 6+ next turn. We are not looking hot. This hand was not the keep against them. This instep that we draw a map, which is actually pretty great because map means that we can go get our Tron piece and hope. Let's actually probably get forest. Again, it feels weird to not use our search effects for Tron pieces, but we go get the forest to activate Blast Zone. We get to take out their Soul Scar and their Swift Spear unless we are dead here, in which case that is dead on turn 3. We weren't going to get to Spirit Dragon anyway. Manamorphose. Let's just go ahead and hit 6 and talk with chat and watch us as we get destroyed. Red, red, bolt, bolt. I guess bolt dart's probably better for him at this point. Bolt, bolt is what they had. Down to 12 and taking lethal. So, yeah. Nothing we could have done against that. Okie doke. Sideboard wise, spatials and dismembers can come in. Wilts are debatable. They don't typically run Blood Moon because they don't run islands. We're gonna hedge our bets that they're not Blood Moon. We're never getting to the point where we're casting Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. We like Ulamog though. Kozilek's fine. Ugin's great. Ori's meh. Golos is our earliest blocker. Guess we can board out one Asika. Run it like so. Hope that we can get there. This time, keep a much more aggressive hand. Not gonna keep it. This is literally the same hand except with a Karn. But this is actually keepable. Bottom that. Now we have Tower Star. Hope to try to hit. Hope to try to hit a Tron piece for this scrying. Hope they don't have some ridiculous turn 1. Okay, they draw. Aspire Bluff happens. Soul Scar. Okay, well, we hit a second land. See what we see off of the star. We see an Ugin. We can go ahead and scrying here. Get ourselves a Tron piece. And then next turn we'll have map, crack map. Get Tron and then have Ugin on turn 4. Not awful, not phenomenal, because if they have another turn 3 kill, we just lose. But if they don't, and hear me out, we'll luck out and they won't. Let's see where these scries go, technically. 1 bottom, 1 top? Okay. Not as scary as it could be. We hit for 2, we're down to 18. Hoping to dodge another scary turn from them. map pass turn. Because then we'll have Ugin -5, clear their board. Ulamog, get rid of their lands. Hope that'll be enough. Don't have the same turn 3. Okay. Them not having the Swift Spears probably going to save us. We're going to be low, is my guess here, though. Bolt. We're staring down 8. One more spell's lethal, isn't it? Wait, is this... So... I want to ask them... why they're targeting a Soulscar Mage with Assault Strobe. Okay, go ahead and ask them that question in the chat. See if they want to respond. I can't beat them. This is more than lethal. But I'm just curious as to why they went with the targeting Soulscar. Because I can't beat that. Turn 3 both games. Well, but you see, because the thing is, if I have Dismember, I could kill the Soulscar and still be alive. But if they hit the Stormwing there, we just lose. Because I guess we Dismember it and we take 6 plus 4. So we'd be at... We'd take 10. It's slightly less damage, but I don't know. Anyway, 2 and 2. And let's see how we can end this. Also, what are you still doing up, Wheels? Closing tabs. Yeah, Prowess doing Prowess things. And we were going to do Tron things, but they did Prowess things faster than we could Tron. Just Tron things. Keep 6, honestly. So that's Tron, huh? Right? We're gonna bottom the map. We don't need it. Tower pass turn. Watch them be land destruction. Oh, they're Tron. The problem is we don't have a turn 3, but our turn 4. Are they green Tron? They're Eldrazi Tron. Top deck a turn 3 easy. Well, I mean, they're Eldrazi Tron, so we now have all the time in the world. We'll fade that we didn't have it for a turn. We don't let them know, you know. Stall. Make it look like. Do it. Chalice on 1? Sure. You played a Chalice on 1 against Tron. I mean, it does stop a good chunk of what our deck does. However, I mean, Ancient Stirrings lets me find things. Map lets me search. I can understand going for it, but like the fake out worked. It always does. Ugin. Go up. Reveals Eldrazi Temple. Puts Eldrazi Temple into play. Ugin go bop. See, now we need one of our Titans. Ulamog off the top. Ulamog, Kozilek, Emrakul. All of them work. Reality Smasher. That's unfortunate. Opponent, did you have to do me like this? Trample Hasty Boy. Is this Reality Smasher smashing Ugin or me? It should be smashing Ugin. But it's going after me. We go down to 12. So 1 counter, 2 counter, 3 counter, 4 counter. We can Blast Zone. Yeah, we can either double Ugin it. We'd have to pitch twice though. Oh, becomes a target of a spell. We don't have to pitch. Ugin. Ugin. Keep around this one. Get rid of that Reality Smasher. Yep. That's basically an 8-mana removal spell, but and another one. Yep, another one. Let me guess. This one's going after our face, isn't it? Yep. Meaning they probably have Smasher number 3. Well, we have to play the Blast Zone. And we have to kind of just go at their face and hope that they don't have it. Taking a guess, since they went face, they have it. Because Ugin ult. One, two, three, four. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, Karn down tick goes and gets Needle. I mean, whatever. If this Reality Smasher doesn't go at Ugin, okay, they reveal an artifact from outside the game. What do they reveal? Sorcerer's Spyglass. Spyglass either names Blast Zone here to stop us from being able to destroy Spyglass, or it names Ugin because they're not thinking, and they smash our face to try to get us to 2. They named the Blast Zone, so they're not stupid. And they attack Ugin so that way Ugin can't ult. Good to note, our opponent's not stupid. Karn Liberace. Go ahead and get rid of that Karn. Bada bop. Mariachi band. Mariachi band, go burr. All right. What you got, opponent? Opponent's done. Here we go. So, Green Tron versus E-Tron. They had a decent start. We were able to deal with what they did. We would have drawn Forest, exiled something, hit them for 3. All right. Ugin seems pretty bad. Yeah. We want the Dismember because it kills all of their things. Ugin's not great against them, but I like Ugin just because the ultimate. We probably aren't getting to the point where we're casting Emrakul, but we'll keep it in. I guess we'll shave an Asika. Nah, we'll shave a Golos. Card's not that great in this matchup. So, bleh. Mulligan. That's an easy mull. All right, keeping 5. Bottom, I guess. So we'll have scrying. They go Tower Pass. We go Tower Pass. We go Tower Plant plus a Tome. Okay, I'm a bit concerned that they might have Tron. We draw Tower. So we'll go Forest Scrying for the plants. They scry. Power Plant. Pass the turn here. Will be a bit on the slow side at the same time. They just happen to have it. Good for them, but they didn't have a... Well, they didn't have a 7-mana threat. They can still have a 5-mana threat called Big Bad Smasher Boy. Yeah. Smasher Boy goes burr. Smacks us for 5. We go down to 15. Okay, we'll play out a Power Plant. Pass the turn. And they have Karn the Great Creator. Okay. If they Karn down tick, I don't know what they have. But ours is going to be at 4, meaning it'd have to be Bridge. Because coding doesn't do anything against another Karn, nor does an Oblivion Stone. They reveal Liquid Metal Coating. So they can shut us off of Karn. And then they draw a card here. They'll be able to shut us off of... I guess they won't be able to shut us off of Karn. Yeah. Discard a tower. Their Smasher got -5, -5. We're down to 11. In combat, this happens in step. Upkeep, I'm assuming they have a stop, and they're going to stop our tower. We'll go ahead and float the mana. Mana loss happens. Mine. Karn the Great Creator. Down tick, say yes. We've got 1 mana. Needle, stop both Karns. Yeah, needle, stop both Karns. That way we're just at a stalemate. They can't draw, they can't use their coding. We can't use our Karn, but they can't use theirs. So they just need to have good cards in their 6. Meanwhile, we'll have this Ugin. That's a blast zone. They go ahead and blow it up. Sure. They get rid of our needle, which means both Karns are active. They can go up. Six mana. Nope, 4 mana, 6 mana. Six mana down ticks with Karn. Goes and gets Skyship. Plays Skyship. It's our... Yeah. Okay. Boat does boat things. They're probably going to try to shut us off of the tower again. Which will be fine. So they scry, gain life. And they put a card on bottom. So upkeep, yeah, they do that. We already figured that was happening. This, 1, 2, 3, that. Big boy. Big boy go burr. Can't do anything with the artifact land, however. But they kind of need to deal with the Ugin. They have the Thought Knot, so they'll be able to Thought Knot plus crew and kill our Ugin. Two mana, Chalice on 1. Okay. Eldrazi Temple, another Thought Knot? No, just Maze Mind plus draw. Okay. Yep, they crew and kill Ugin. Not much we can do about that. At this point, we are looking to... We've got 11 mana. Ulamog off the top. Alright, they've got lethal. Well, no, they don't have lethal. They have 9. So we'd have one more turn when we hit Stirrings, which we can't cast. Okay. E-Tron, I like what we did. We just need to be faster. Alright. Would love to take the play here. Mine, Stirrings, map. Yeah. This looks to be good enough. It's a bit threat light, but there, E-Tron. A 6/6 is pretty good against a 5/5. So that... Okay, they have the map. They might be able to assemble Tron before we can. Especially with draws like that. This draw card. Ulamog. Pretty good. That's tower. Any order. This map. Fast turn. Hope they don't have Tron piece. They do. So they'll have Tron before us. Which is a bit frightening. Okay. All right, they got their last Tron piece, so they'll have Tron. This is 9. So it doesn't change our play. Forest. Pass. Let's see what opponent does. Thought not seer. Sure. You taking the Worm Coil or the Ulamog? I take the Worm Coil. Makes sense. It's a threat that they can deal with in a couple of turns. Chalice on 1. Sure. Do they really not have a card to board out? I'd think Chalice is probably one of the worst cards in this matchup. And we need a power plant. We get ourselves a power plant. Would you look at that? Moto. Fair and balanced. Ghost Quarter. Super Green Tron will have all the chromatics and stirrings. Yeah. That's true, Dry Room. They take out our tower here. Unfortunate. We get knocked off of Tron. Because they knew that we had mine. 7, I'm assuming. What do they have on 7? Ballista on 3. Interesting. If they offer this attack, I was going to say we'd take it every day of the week. Okay. Unfortunate that we didn't happen to just top deck like a god. We'll go ahead and play out the Sanctum. Yeah. Sanctum seems correct enough. So if we swing with Worm Coil here, they either have to group block or block and ping twice, in which case we'd be drawing another card. Meanwhile, they could pump max twice. If we held, we'll hold back. Blast Zone on 1. Thought Not Seer takes our Ulamog. And now we're in trouble. Yep, they have to hold Ugin. Okay, we're a bit away from that. And seeing we have 6 mana this turn. But we can get there eventually. So, I mean, if we swing, we take 7 on the crackback. No, we don't swing. You pumping Blast Zone to 2? Okay, Blast Zone's going to be pumped up a bit here. Are they going to try to get Blast Zone to 6? And Karn the Great Creator. And Karn goes down and stops us from ever achieving 8 mana unless we hit Tower off the top. Or Stirrings. Tower, Stirrings, our own Great Creator. Heck. Even Liberated is fine. We've got 7 mana. They get Sky Sovereign. I guess they're taking out our Worm Coil this turn. I disagree with grabbing Boat. But I guess they have the mana for it this turn. Because now they have to ping our Worm Coil 3 times. Because I'll gladly block a Thought Knot here and draw an additional card. Unless you want to sack 3 and that stops 7. Much rather stop 7 than stop 3. Activated abilities of our worms can't block. We take 4. Blast Zone of our own, huh? I guess we go Power Plant. Combat, swing 3 lifelink at Karn the Great Creator. They lose their Karn, we gain some life, we can block a Thought Knot. They can also, well, I say they can block with a Thought Knot. No, they can animate the Sky Sovereign with a Thought Knot and then ping off our Death Touch Worm and get in for 10. Meaning we need an out off the top here. There's no 1 out, so we lose. Darn. Boat was a good grab. Well, there is 1 out. Karn. Karn the Great Creator and Ensnaring Bridge would make it so they can't attack. Sylvan Scrying gets us our mana, does not save us. There is no land we could grab. So, yeah. Well, I say that. We grab Tower, play Tower, and we have 4 mana left. After playing an Ugin with 4 mana, there is nothing we can get. Right? Because it has to be a creature. Our 1 creature is Golos, which is 5. We needed to be able to grab this Worm Coil here. Because 7, 8, Ugin. Sanctum trigger, say yes. We can get ourselves again. What happened? Oh, Ulumog was taken from our hand anyway, so that wasn't an out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't win. Because of our 4 threats, none are castable on 4 mana. And they just hit us for 13. We'll be at 12 if we swing with the worm. Yep. Because 1 or more colors. Colorless is not a color. Despite how much they want it to be. With the Valky emblem. This happens. Begin combat. The worm's dying anyway if they animate the flagship. So we have to swing with the worm. Are we trying to put Blast Zone as high as possible? Blast Zone to 6. We got a 12 and we don't have another land drop. So, again, if they see the line, I'm assuming they will. But you never know. Sometimes your opponents are bad at this game. There are plenty of times where I'm bad at this game. Okay, they see the line. Let's make sure that they see the line. All right. Opponent. Swings face, swings face. This trigger hits face. Oh, it can only hit, it can't hit me? Oh, I thought the Sky Sovereign trigger could hit me. I mean, we still have to do what we did there. Feature Planeswalker, yeah. We go to 2, so we've got another turn. Meaning we should have grabbed... No, I didn't. They have freaking Walking Ballista for 6. Oh, no. They have Chalice for 6. Okay. Scrying does nothing. Cool. Well, I go out on my own terms. So if we had gone and grabbed blah 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 blah. Two, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13. No. 13 minus 2 plus 3 is only 14. We couldn't cast Emrakul. So it'd have to have been get Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, draw 4, 1, 9. We'd have yeah. Will Magic let us see? Came back to see what's up and new Mortron. I mean, we faced what? We faced Bluetron, E-Tron, and something. I think we faced 3 Trons that league. Anyway, 2-3. And it's not going to let us see what our last 3 draws were if we had grabbed Kozilek instead. Kozilek then could have also blocked, but then we died as Skyship. Yeah. newer Tron, way too much Tron. Yeah, way too much Tron. Anyway, so overall, you know, it's still a Tron deck. We had fun. We got to do Tron things. When we got to resolve a Prismatic Bridge, the card was nuts. So if you want to have a bit of fun with your Tron, not a bad splash. Our record's not phenomenal, but you know, you're not going to always win your games. I had fun playing the list, and there's definitely ways to either fine tune this one or, you know, play actual Tron. Playing actual Tron probably would have, what would it have changed? It would have made our Prismatic Bridges O Stones or All Is Dusts. Still would have won the Blue Tron matchup like we did if it was an All Is Dust or an O Stone. It wouldn't have gotten all those fun top decks, but I had fun with it. It's almost impossible to cast the Asika by itself because we only run 4 green sources. By the time you have those 4 green sources, most of the time you can grab a Cascading Cataracts, so you'll be wanting to play the bridge. But yeah, it's really just adding these 3 cards in exchange for a couple of power things, and then dropping a Ballista and adding in Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. This Emrakul the Aeon's Torn probably should be the other Emrakul, in all honesty, just because that one has flying and trample, whereas this one doesn't, because most of the time we're not casting these cards. Sometimes you can cast them off of Golos, but you're never really reaching 15 mana. The other Emrakul we can actually cast sometimes. Overall, it's still a Tron deck. We still get to do Tron things, and it's a fun variant of it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.